Prasad. Welcome to SAP S/4HANA Simple Finance 1709 online live and interactive demo session. Okay, hope I'm audible to everyone. Okay, thank you, Paresh. Yeah, I'll show my document. So now everybody can see my screen also, and everybody can hear my voice. Okay, thanks for the joining for this session. Let me introduce myself. So these are my main highlights. So my name is Prasad. My work domain in FICO, Simple Finance and Central Finance, and I do have an experience on the corporate training and the FICO as well as the all the S4HANA related modules. Okay, so if I talk about my background, so I have overall 12 years of experience in SAP FICO. Okay, worked for various implementations and rollouts and upgradation and support projects in various companies. Okay, so 8+ years of training experience on FICO and 2+ years on SAP S/4HANA and Central Finance modules. Okay, so this is basically about my background. So if I talk about my technical skills, so I've seen various versions from the 4.7. Okay, so I have worked for ECC6 and S/4HANA migration from the 1503, and recently we have upgraded the system to 1709, and I also worked on the central finance system. Okay. Okay, so this is about my myself. Okay, so today we'll start with the introduction of SAP S/4HANA 1709 finance module. Okay, so here I wanted to, oh, Shubhashini, okay. Uh, One second, let me check my connectivity. I think my connectivity is good. Okay, everybody is facing the same issue, or only few people are facing this voice breaking issue? No issues. Okay. Okay, Saurabh. I think like whoever is having some issues, right? So they can just log out from the screen and you can re-log in it again. Thank you, Subramaniam. Okay, so then I'll go to the next slide. So these are the major topics which we are going to cover. So these topics, what I'm currently showing in the screen. So this is like in highlights. Okay, what are the main core areas which we are going to learn from these sessions? Okay, which contains the introduction of your SAP HANA and S4 HANA, and overview of the financial SAP S4 HANA modules, architectural changes, Fury applications. Thank you, Shubhashini. Okay, so these are the main areas which we are going to cover, which will mainly concentrate on the GL level. Okay, what are the major changes? Because of this GL in new architecture level only, all the integrations is happening, and the reconciliation activities has been reduced in the central finance system. Okay, so here we are more talking about the integration of your FI and CO integration, or GL with the cost element integration. Okay, so we'll also see what are the new ledgers, okay, new ledger concepts and new currency setup in the central finance system. Okay, similarly, we are going to talk about the business partner concept. This is very, very important because now you cannot have the regular customer and vendor transaction codes and your credit management transaction code like your FD 32. So those transaction codes will not going to work anymore. So now we have to know what are the new configurations required. Okay, that is one thing, and we should know how to create a new business partner and integrate with your vendor and customer master data. Okay, so those are the areas which we are going to cover from the AP and AR point of view. And from the banking point of view, because some of the FBZP related configurations you cannot access anymore in the okay, you cannot access anymore from the regular transaction codes. So you have to use the BAM-lite concept. So that we are going to see how we are going to use this BAM-lite concept. And your Fury applications, how do you use for your bank configuration, that we are going to cover. Okay, and similarly asset accounting, because this is the major change again compared to any other modules. You can see a lot of changes in the asset accounting. Okay, so you have multiple valuations now. So we'll see how to work on the asset accounting, how the new depreciation concept works. Okay, what are the month-end activities and migration process. So these are the different processes where you can see the changes. So these all things we are going to cover in practical. Okay, even in the controlling module related to profitability analysis, accounting based COPA, how does it's going to support? Okay, and we'll also see the central finance deployment options. Okay, so what is SLT? And we'll see some of the SLT on central finance mapping process, and we'll see the what is the SAP new methodology. So these are the main highlights of the sessions. Okay, fine. Okay, so today what I'm going to mainly concentrate is I'll be giving an overview. Okay, so not only the slides, I don't want to spend more time on slides, because so it sometimes it may be confusing, or sometimes it may not give you the actual picture of what is an SAP S4 HANA. Okay, and what exactly we are going to see as a changes, and what we are exactly going to learn. So what I do is, so we'll go and I'll try to show some of the screens in SAP, so that you'll get a better picture. So, right, so you'll get a better picture of, okay, what is a existing system which you have seen till now, and what is the changes what you are going to learn in the SAP S4 HANA. Okay, so that is my main motto of this particular session today. Okay, and hope if you have any other questions, you can ping me anytime, or you can raise your hand and you can ask me, or you can stop me. So because this is the first session where you need to understand, so what is your expectation, whether I'm actually meeting your expectation or not, right? So all these things you have to know before we start with the actual sessions. Okay, fine, thank you. So hope we are clear with topics. Okay, so fine. So okay, so you can anybody have any questions, you can raise your hand so that people can unmute yourself to ask the questions. Okay, fine, thank you. Okay, so till now we have seen our SAP platform, our SAP was working on the Oracle database. Okay, so that's why if anybody installing SAP in any of the projects, so they what they do, they also have to ensure that Oracle related applications or a database has been installed in your system, then only your SAP was supporting, right? That is what my previous version of SAP, how it was working. So now with this old version or a old architectural way, what system was doing, system having some kind of restrictions in terms of data extraction, or in terms of processing your data, or in terms of showing your results on a real-time basis, right? So if we take an example, I have my R3 system where I have activated my financial accounting, as well as your profitability analysis, your profit center accounting, and entire related CO related objects you have activated. Now if I want to extract some report, what I'll do, so I'll develop a Z report or I'll use my BW system to have the data extraction between these systems, right? Then finally what I'll do, those extracted data will be converted into a different reports, and those reports will be given for the business users finally. And because of this model, what was happening, it is not a real-time integration. So that means what, the BW extractions will work on a certain times on certain days, or like it'll have a certain time limits. Maybe every day once it will extract the data. By next day you can see the real-time interface into the reporting level. Okay, so because of this, there are so many issues, right? When it comes to financial accounting, people expect, I wanted to see what is happening on my sales level. So I want to see what is my total outstanding, what is my day sales outstanding from the customers, right? So if I want to have this kind of new features which will directly impact on my business performance, okay, so I cannot depend on my ECC version which is working on Oracle. Now SAP has come up with a new architecture or a new database. The database is nothing but your SAP HANA technology. Okay, so that is what here we are mainly talking about, the technology what I'm going to use in the new SAP system is SAP HANA. Okay, and SAP S4 HANA, so which contains a list of solutions or list of applications which will make it as a combined suite, or it will be like a one particular product which contains multiple solutions in your business. Okay, so that is how this S4 HANA now contains multiple solutions, like not only the financial accounting, it also have a solution for your simple logistics. It also has multiple advantages of your SRM, CRMs, multiple integration with your Ariba systems, some third-party systems, right? So that is how this new S4 HANA is giving a solutions. So that's what you can also see here. Okay, so here mainly whatever I'm discussing or describing, so we have written in a document. So if you see here in traditionally, okay, the financial applications are separated in a two different components like your FI and your CO. Okay, and as well as your asset accounting. So why you have different component? Because the different components data was getting stored in a different tables. It has its own data model architecture, right? So when I talk about FI, you'll have a different set of tables where the data is stored. Similarly, when you go to the CO, you'll have another set of data where another kind of data is stored. Similarly, asset accounting. Because of this complex data architecture model, what is happening? So there is no real-time replication of your data. Okay. So to overcome all these functionalities in 2012, okay, so they have come up with a multiple support packs and multiple solutions, and initially it was like only SAP HANA finance module. Okay, so it actually this S4 HANA everything is started with the simple finance solution. Later they have combined multiple solution into one product. That entire product now I'll call it as a S4 HANA. Okay, so that is what the main thing what you have to understand. HANA is a database where which will support for a new functionality. S4 HANA is a package which comes with a multiple applications or multiple solutions. Okay, so hope you. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll instead more talking about theoretical part. What I'll do is I'll go to system also. Okay, before I go to the system, so here I just wanted to show what are the release strategies. So you would have heard about multiple versions like for 1503. Okay, so 1509 or 1510 or 1511 or 1610. Okay, now we are talking about 1709. So that's how. So if you see, there are SAP release strategies will introduce. Okay, so in these release strategies, what they'll mainly talk about is whenever they go for multiple quarters, they'll come up with support packs. Okay, like FPS 1 or FPS 02 or SPS 03 depends on when you're purchasing this particular product. But if you talk about the current situation, so now we are mainly talking about the 1709 version. The 1709 or any version you talk, okay, it mainly discuss about the financial year, that is 2016, and the month of the particular year. So when it is released. So that is how, if you see here, 2017 September, this is what the release. Now they are also coming with in 2018 in 1803, right? That is 2018 March. So that is another kind of version. Okay, now you can get in doubt saying that, okay, if you see further, okay, so if you see further, see in the 1718 roadmap, okay, so in the 1718 roadmap you can see, so for this quarter, like you talk about 1709, but 2018, so they are planning to come up with 1803. Then maybe in the month of September they are also planning to come up with the solution of 1809 versions. Okay, so here you may get in doubt saying that, so when I have multiple versions like this, what will be the solution what they have built up in the older versions? So how do I learn the new things? The one major thing what always you have to keep it in mind is, whenever SAP is coming with the new version, the existing business process level, there'll be very little changes. Okay, so there'll not be a major changes. So they'll, and whatever the new version SAP introduce, they'll also concentrate. Okay, they'll also concentrate on what, not only the FI, they'll also concentrate on the simple finance, sorry, simple logistics. They'll also concentrate on the other modules like your Fury applications. New Fury applications will be introduced into the solution. So that is how each and every version they come up with a different kind of solution in a different area also. Okay, so to give you more information on that, so what I'll do is, before I go to SAP system, okay, I'll just run through with the major changes of 1610 from the 1511, and we'll also see what are the 1709 key innovations. Okay, then we'll go to the system. Okay, fine. Okay, if you see here, when you compare it with the 1610 version, like, so this was the previous version where most of the people were having the sessions. Now it is migrated to 1709, but I don't see much of differences with the 1610 with the 1709. But there are few changes. So there are few changes you can still see it in the 1709. That we'll go into see one by one in the system also. Okay, now if you see here, the areas, see, it is not only talking about finance, it is talking about multiple other solutions also. If you see, these are my new capabilities. If you see, user experience is nothing but my Fury applications. Okay, and profitability related changes. So that means for when you go to this kind of advantages, so SAP will come up with the simplifications. Okay, they'll reduce some of your month-end activities. They increase the performance of your
Hi,
universal
Prasad.
ledger. Yes.
Can
Hello.
you hear me?
Yes. Tell me who.
Subhashini.
Yeah. Shubhashini. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
since there are so many versions we are seeing right every year. So, for
Yeah.
example, if I go for certification of 1610 or 1709,
Mm-hmm.
if new version comes in, so
Mm-hmm.
how does the value still it will carry? So
Okay.
still I can say that I am certified of 1709, or does it have any value, or it will be? dropped off again. I need to take new version.
Okay, see, that's what like now when you talk about the S4HANA new S4HANA certifications, they'll say it is a cloud version of certifications. It is not like a normal ECC version. In the cloud version, whenever you pay for an exam fees, you'll have 6 attempts. So that means you can take exams for 6 different versions if you want. And you'll have a certain validity period, maybe like 1 year or 2 years period for your user ID. That means what? Suppose this year you have done with 1610, but after 6 months, 1709 has been introduced. You don't have to pay additional amount. You can still go with the same user ID and password and take the 1709 version also.
Okay.
And one more thing is from the cloud version, SAP also says that you need to upgrade yourself. Otherwise, so if I go and say like I'm a certified version of 1503, people will not maybe they'll not be recognizing as a real certified consultant because they're talking about 1709 version. So that's why we
Okay.
do have an option of taking the sessions for 6 times, and you need to upgrade yourself always.
Prasad, your voice is breaking.
Okay. Oh, okay. 1 second. Okay. Is it fine now? You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why like
Yeah.
so you
Okay.
need, yeah, you need to upgrade. Okay, you cannot say every time I'm certified in 1503 or 1610 or 1511 or 15 whatever it is. So you need to take a what are the new version it comes, right? So you have to take those versions and you have to include in your resume. But
Okay.
but normally people will not give much importance to the S4 HANA certification now, because if you are an experienced, so they don't consider much. They'll
Mhm.
only mainly focus on your existing project. So have you really worked on? If you have not worked on any project, then you can say that yes, I have worked on ECC and I have gone through the training and I have taken this certification. I know about the S4 HANA. So that time it will help you.
Oh, okay. And is there any deadline to the SAP guys to stop this introducing of new versions all the time?
I'm not sure because SAP
Yeah.
wanted to go with the new innovations every time. They don't want to stop.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
maybe because like see whenever see how SAP actually is coming up with these all versions is, so they are going they'll sell all the product to the certain users or customers. Customers will come up with their own requirements saying that this is not working in my requirement or this is not support. If you
Yeah.
take an
Okay.
example, 1610 version, when I have a central finance, that is central finance is also one of the solution. But in the
Mm-hmm.
central finance, and when I'm transferring the data from one system to S4 HANA system, I can only transfer my GL, AP, AR. I cannot do asset accounting. I cannot do CO. I cannot do COPA postings. But when it comes to 1709, they have introduced. Now they have introduced COPA and commitment documents and CO documents like that. So that's how they'll be keep on adding. So SAP, we don't have any confirmation that like SAP will stop with certain version.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is how if you see here, that's what mainly I'm telling about new version. So it is in multiple areas. It is not only a certain area. There'll be a multiple areas where you can see the changes. Okay, it's in the FSCM. There will be a lot of changes. Okay, your cash management and your liquidity management, so everything now is integrated at single place. That's why your FBZP, your bank account ID configuration has been moved from your regular SAP GUI to Fury application, because from there it is easy for my cash management and funds management or bank accounting, anything related, single place where you maintain, and it is easy for the integration purpose. Okay, similarly, you can see your BPC, like your business planning and consolidation level, there are multiple changes. Okay, and reporting, like multiple reports, multiple standard report, because it is a single table now, which will enable you to access all the data from a single source. Okay, so which will meet your statutory and your tax complaints or any cost related information you can extract. So that is how SAP will keep on adding new features to the versions. Okay, so I'll just go to the next slide. Okay, so if you see here, you'll get a better idea about what are the key innovations about the 1709. So if you see here, finance is very small place where you can see the actual changes. But if you see in the other areas, other industries also, you can see so many changes. Now they have like embedded transport management. Okay, so commodity management level they have got the new solutions. This all extended. If you see in the withholding tax, we have classic and extended. So similarly, now they are coming up with the different industries with the different solutions. Okay, even in the manufacturing. So here you have a demand drive manufacturing, advanced variant configuration for your material management modules. Okay, in the finance here now this is the new terminology we hear more and more in the market. So that is called machine learning with SAP cache applications. Okay, what like just give a overview. So how does this work is, you know how the electronic bank statement configuration works, right? So based on your interpretation algorithms or based on your OT83 configuration, what system will do? System will identify your open item of a customer. If system cannot identify any open item, it will go and sit on your default business transaction type, which is called as your on account. But with this new machine learning mechanism or a new solution, what SAP says that certain times SAP will store all your previous way of doing the clearing. Like, so whatever the manual level if you're doing identifying your open items for the clearing the bank statement, system will store those logics internally with the machine learning concept. So whenever I'm getting a new statement and the system, if you have not defined any configuration in the system, but still system will go and see how does previous line items for this customer or a vendor, okay, what logic was being used, the same logic will be reinitiated to identify your transactions and clearing purpose. Okay, so but really nobody has seen till because it's all FSEM related integrations. So if you really worked on, then only we'll come to know the functionality. But the new innovation what they're mainly talking about is this one of the concept. Okay, so similarly with the procurement, so here you have centralized purchase requisition through hub development. So that means like again to simplifies your purchase process. Okay, so if you see like Migo transaction code earlier, so which has limited process, but when you see in the material management, now Migo will do so many things. Like you can do stock transfer options also in the Migo transaction code. All stock transfer between plant to plant or whatever, those transaction codes has been removed, and everything you can do it at the single tap. So that is how each and every module level they have come up with the innovations. Okay, so that is how you can see multiple key innovations in a multiple uh, sub modules, okay, or sub areas you can consider. Okay, so this slides mainly talk about what are the new applications and a few applications are supporting. Okay, now I don't want to spend much time on PPTs. Let me open the SAP system. Okay, so we'll try to see uh, what main areas we are going to cover it in the session. Okay, so that will give you a different flavor of understanding of S4 HANA. Okay, fine. So one more, yeah, yeah, Shubhashini. Okay. Yeah, Shubhash. See now, consolidation process. See, you still use your advanced BPC concepts or your BW extractions, but previously what was happening when you have a BW extraction, you will have a multiple extraction from the ECC system. Like you need to extract your profit center, your profitability, and multiple tables you need to include for the extraction of data and consolidation. And finally, you do the reporting. Now, because of a single table, right? So because of a single table, what happens? All the data is stored in single place, and the data extraction also happens at a single time. You don't have to do the multi extractions. That is one concept. And because of a single table, now I don't have to much depend on the other third-party tools or other SAP tools to do your reporting, right? So because of the complexity, I used to go for a BW or a BPC or whatever the BI systems to do the reporting. Now what happens, because of a single table, all the data will store on a real-time basis. All the data is updated, like your profit center, your cost center, okay, your material ledger, your profitability, your asset account, everything in a single place. That happens automatically. The reporting from the S4 HANA itself becomes your consolidational reporting. If you don't want this, still if you want to go for an advanced BPC or BI or whatever the extractions, but this is a single extraction now. That is only the main difference. Shubhashin, you got it?
Yeah. So you mean to say that
Mm.
there is a change in configuration also?
From the FICO point of view, just few configuration you have to activate it again compared to the regular configuration. So that means you need
I'm
to.
only talking about ECCS. It's Enterprise Controlling Consolidation Task.
Yes, yes, because
So,
it's a new S4 HANA platform. It has a different database structure now.
okay.
It has a different database structure because if you see, even in the old version, you have a BI where you'll have certain predefined extraction concept where you can go and enhance. Similarly, here it is a different in architecture or a database model. Now, BPC is tightly integrated with SAP S4 HANA with a advanced versions also, which will reduce the extraction time, and it is now you can enable the real-time replication.
Okay.
So if previously if you see your COPA documents at your PGA, like your COGS level, COPA will not be updated. Whenever you do the billing, then only the transactions will be processed to your COPA. Right, till that time there will be a delay in my transaction or a table updation. So that's why BW also has to wait to extract the data after certain time. Now with the new COPA accounting based activity, so there is no delay. Like whenever I'm doing the COGS, even the COGS split will be updated for your COPA in a single table. And now it is a, you can activate a real-time extraction, as I said, which will enable easy for you to extract and single place or a single extraction. So that is only the change.
Okay. Are you going to cover this topic also in your training? ECCS
No,
one?
no. We are not
Okay.
going to cover the consolidation. Yeah. So because
Okay.
we have so many things on the financial accounting and profit CO, and so we have to do so many things. Okay, so
Got
we are
it.
not going to
Yeah.
cover
Thank you.
this. Okay, thank you, Subhash. Okay, so one more thing, you have to be very careful now, or you have to understand one thing is SAP screens are the functionalities still work similar to your ECC or R3 systems. There is no change in the regular SAP process. Only thing is additional configurations, additional transactions, reduced month-end activities. Okay, with one certain activity, you can see multiple updations. Okay, that is only the main thing. So if you see here the system, okay, I'll just try to show you the which version I'm actually talking about. Okay, so if you see here, so this is all 1709 versions. Okay, and your Fury applications also. supports for your 1709. Okay, so this is the version related informations and release information and support packs, whatever they're talking about. Okay, so if you see the easy access and SPRO screen, there is no change. Okay, so this all screens looks similar. Only thing is when you go to certain transaction codes, you will see a different transaction codes. Let's an example. If I go to GL, when you go to periodic processing, when you go to closing, when you do the balance carry forward. So previously we have seen so many different transactions. Now you can see the different transaction code FAGL GVTR. Okay, so whenever I execute this balance carry forward activity, system will ensure I'll do the GL like your balance sheet and profit and loss account balance carry forward, and your asset accounting related carry forward also will be executed with this transaction code itself. Okay, that means what? Now you don't have to do your financial year closing in your asset accounting anymore. Okay, so this is what again we are going to learn. Okay, from the um, period end or some of the concepts point of view. Okay, so now I'll mainly talk about my GL creation. Okay, so previously you have seen a different screen of FS00, but now if you see here, whenever I go to any screen, so previously in the ECC you have never seen this new GL account type. Okay, now you can see some standard GL account types which SAP has given. If you see here, you can also see your primary cost and revenue and your secondary cost related GL accounts. So that means what? Now there is no KA01 or KA02 or KA cost element related transaction codes anymore in the system. Okay, if you see, if you try to access KA01, it will again trigger to your FS00. So that is the main thing what you have to learn, the integration between your cost elements and the GL account concept. Okay, so let me log out and log in again. Okay, you can able to hear me now, right? Is it clear? Okay, thank you. Okay, so here mainly we are talking about the integration. That means what? Now you need to understand. Okay, so what are the basic configuration level changes? Okay, I'll also show you one more screen for how. Okay, so whenever you create your chart of accounts, so previously you would have seen a different parameters. Okay, now I'll try to show you another change. Okay, so if you go to any of this GL accounts, so previously if you remember, here we have an option of integration of your cost elements, whether you need to create manually or automatic. Now even that has been deleted from your chart of account creation screen, right? So this is because of what? Because of the integration of your cost elements and your GL accounts into a single place. Okay, now you get in doubt, like when I'm creating a balance sheet account, I don't want to give a cost element category because that is not relevant. So based on this account type, system automatically give you fields which are mandatory or which are optional. So if you see in the control data tab, nowhere you can see cost element category. Suppose if I change my GL account type to primary cost element, and if I go to the next screen, so automatically my field will get activated for my cost element. Without this you cannot go and create a GL account. So that is how, that means what, your GL account type is controlling your GL account is a primary cost element, or it is a balance sheet account, or it is a secondary cost element, or it is a non-operating expenses or income GL account. So non-operating is nothing but where it is only impacting on the financial accounting, where I don't require any cost elements to be created for those expenses accounts and income accounts. When I select this option, again system will not ask you to enter any of your cost element parameters. Okay, now this is what you are going to learn. So how does this functionality works? How do you create a secondary cost elements? Okay, so now I'll go to the table architecture. So when I go to this table, so here you need to understand one more thing is, in SAP S4 HANA, everybody says that we don't have, or we have deleted some of the tables from the system, right? Or some of the tables has become as a view tables. Let's an example. I'll go to SC16N. So if I go to BKPF, okay. So now this BKPF is my header table. This table does not changed. It did not change means it did not change the way of functionality what was working earlier and how it is working on the S4 HANA. BKPF is your header data even with your universal new table. This table doesn't change anything. It works similar to your previous functionality. Now I'll go to BSIS. Let's an example. This is my GL account line item tables. Okay, so what you have to observe here, if you see here, this table, see, view table. So that means what? Table is there. Table still available in my system, but these are not real-time updating tables. Those tables only view tables. When I say view tables, how does this data is getting fetched for these tables? So that means when I go to any table, any company code information, still I can see the data. Okay, one second. I'll give all the data. See, I could able to see the data, but how this data is getting displayed? The data is getting displayed from your a new table. okay, which is universal table in S4 HANA, that is called ACDOCA table. So this is your real table now. This is your universal table, or this is your universal general entity line item table. Okay, so this is what you have to remember now. Now this table is getting real time updated, and from this table, this will be my front end now. This is my front end table. Remaining all my index tables, all my total tables are working based on this single table. Okay, so previously, let's an example. If I open an Excel sheet, see, this is what you have to really understand. You don't have to understand how the technical functionality of your S4 HANA from the financial point of view, FICO point of view. So you need to understand what is the table level structure changes. When I say table structure changes, okay, here I use one word called single data footprint. When I say single data footprint or a footprint, so whenever I'm posting a document, let's an example, I'm posting an invoice, right? This invoice is containing vendor credit, okay, and my expenses debit for this amount, where it has a cost center, which also has profit center, right? Now, if I go to ECC versions, when I talk about ECC data structure model, what will happen? My data will get updated in BKPF, right? BSEG, BSIK, and your COEP tables like your cost center, your profit center, right? All these tables will get updated. Now, all this data is a real-time data. Now, all tables are getting stored. That means what? When I post one document, it is getting updated in all the relevant, even it will update in the BSIS because it has a GL account, right? So that means what? This is called multiple footprint. But when it comes to S4 HANA, it is a single, or it is a okay, I'll call it as a single footprint. All this information of all this table data is getting stored in a single table, that is called ACDO table. Okay, so now you can get one more doubt. So when I have single table, why still SAP system is allowing me to access these tables, right? So in that case, let's an example. I have some G programs developed in my source system where I have migrated my ECC system to S4 HANA, wherein I have done 100 G reports or G programs. With these all G programs still working on what? My index tables and your total tables, right? So if I don't have at least view capability of these regular tables, what system will do? System will throw an error. These programs will never run in my new system. Again, I need to spend to develop so many other activities, right? So to overcome all these, so the SAP is not only thinking about new architecture, they're also thinking about their existing investment which they have made on the existing Z programs, right? To have these all solutions, we are still using, still these tables are available in system, but the real-time data is not getting updated in these tables. So that's why now we will say there is a single table in the S4 HANA. But in the background, this is how SAP is working. Clear? And never assume that all tables has been deleted from the system. No, table still there as a view concept. Yeah, somebody is asking question. Okay, fine. Okay, now we'll talk little technical. So now you have talked about the universal table, right? So this, why I'm explained all this concept to explain about universal table. Okay, so that universal table is nothing but my ACDOCA table. Okay, now how does this view concept still supporting by S4 HANA? So in S4 HANA we do have some concept called CD. See, that's what your document splitting, right? Now if you have a document splitting, see, expenses account will have a cost center. Cost center will automatically determine your profit center, right? So that's what your document splitting concept will work in the new GL accounting. The same concept
Okay.
applicable for, yeah, sorry, ask
Yeah,
me.
one question.
Yes, true, yeah, tell me.
Okay, if I'm going to post the one FI document, for example, right now we are posting the expenses to vendor. After
Hmm.
S4HANA,
Hmm.
system will update again. System will again update the BKP of BSIG and BSIC table.
No, so that's what I'm saying. Here only BKPF will get updated. That is still real table in S4 HANA
Okay.
header data, but
Okay.
the real entries, the data footprint will go and sit only in the AC doca.
Yes.
Remaining all these tables still you can view,
Okay. Okay.
but
In short, whatever the my legacy data will be already stored into the BSIG. Whatever the present entries after migration, those entries will not updated in BSIG table,
no,
new
no, no,
tables.
no, it will get updated because when I'm
Mm-hmm.
posting migrating, that means what you are posting in a new, it's like a posting again new transaction, maybe a different tool you use it for a
Right.
migration tool. So that means whenever I'm trying to post a new entry in S4 HANA, automatically AC doca only will get the real entries. Remaining all will become as a view tables. You can see the data, but real entries in the AC doca table after migration.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Otherwise, your reporting will not work. Okay.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Fine. Okay. Okay. Now, see, when I say this, so how does this all view concepts, like when I have ECC to, when I'm converting, let's an example, if I'm migrating my ECC system to the S4 HANA system. Okay, SAP will give feasibility to migrate any of your version to the S4 HANA, but only thing is you need to follow certain SAP node related concepts. You need to implement those SAP nodes and you need to perform in a step-by-step process. Example, like if you are in the 4.7, you cannot directly go to center S4 HANA. You need to migrate to ECC enhancement packs, and you need to activate your document splitting. You need to activate your new GL configurations. Then only you can upgrade to S4 HANA. See, whenever you're migrating your system, what system will say is there are some kind of concept called CDS views. Okay, so this CDS views, what it will do is whenever I'm activating S4 HANA component, all these tables will become CDS views because of this concept. That means what this technical configurations within the program will enable you to convert your system process. That means that, let's an example, if I go to any table, so if I go to AC docker table, if I press enter, I don't get any message. But if I go to any line item tables, okay, if I click on display, so you'll get a additional information in the bottom saying that it is generated through your DDL SQL views. This whole concept works or in the background, or it is activated in the background Okay, whenever you are activating the simple S4 HANA component. Okay, so that's why we call this all activities comes under your CD view concept. Okay, you need to ensure once it is activated or migrated from the ECC to your S4 HANA system, automatically what system will do? System will activate this table concept in the background and it will change the functionality. Okay, now you can say, now I do have BSIS table in my source, my ECC system as well as S4 system. Okay, I can still able to see the data. So what is the major difference? These tables no more, it is not allowed with any more enhancements to these tables. You cannot do any enhancements. You cannot add any new fields. You cannot set up any new condition to this tables. You have a restriction because of this nature of these particular tables. These tables are view tables. You can only view the data, but you cannot enhance any fields to your any of your line item tables and your total tables. So that is the another important concept what you have to understand. And one more thing, I'll go to AC Doka table. I think somebody has to go on mute. We can hear some background noise. So when I go to this table, if I go to the technical settings, okay, if you go to this database specific properties, so here you can see what is the data storage concept. Okay, so previously all ECC system the data was getting stored in your row based. Now all the data is getting stored on a columnar based. That means single row, single column, all this your data is stored in the system. Okay, so because of this major change, okay, so SAP new queries or new SQL queries will support to access the data on a multiple parallel processing wise, and it will give you the report on a very faster way. Are you can expect the result will be very quick. So that's why always I try to give an example of how can I say, or how can anybody say that ECC is not faster and how only S4 HANA is faster, right? So that is because of the another database architectural changes. Okay, so previously the data was storing on your hard disk. Now the data is getting stored on your RAM. Okay, so if you take an example, when we are doing the migration process from the ECC to S4 HANA, in the ECC 6, where you need to download all the open items, right? For a certain company code or a certain vendors. So when I'm downloading, system used to take maybe around 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Sometimes it go for a dump because of timeout error. Then I need to set up in a background and I need to download the information. But the same thing if I run in it in the S4 HANA after data upload to access this any kind of report, it doesn't take more than 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Whenever I click on execute, I used to get, like if it is 10 lakh transactions or a 20 lakh transaction, so the data is getting populated immediately. So that is the main database change SAP has brought into the system. That is what your HANA platform. That HANA platform, we works in a multiple core processing concept. Okay, so that I'll show it in a PPT. This is just to give you the overview of technical objects or technical changes which has happened in the S4 HANA. Okay, this is about the table level things, and I'll also show you customer and vendor. Like I've told, like business partner only you can use it now. You cannot use it FK01 anymore. If you try to use FK01, system will never go to vendor creation screen. It will go to a different screen called business partner. So now you have to create your customer vendor under a business partner only, or your customer or vendor has to be assigned with any of the business partner. Then only you can go on post your transactions in the system. Okay, So we'll see what is the business partner, what is the business partner role, what is a grouping, so what is a person, what is the organization, what is a group, right? So what is a relationship, why there are multiple tabs. So this and all we are going to learn. Okay, but still FK03 will work. FK03 where you can go on. See, previously if you have seen display vendor, it used to come. Now it says display supplier. Okay, this is what where you see the changes. Okay, now if I go to FBZP, so when I go to house banks, system will never allow you to do any configurations here. It says use the manage banks and manage bank account app. That means this is what your application. Application is nothing but your Fury app. Okay, so you have to do this configuration only in the Fury application. Okay, now we will see like how to log into the Fury application. How do you configure? When you configure it in the Fury application, how do you transport to the different system? So that is what you need to learn again. Okay, I'll show you one more interesting thing in the asset. So previously we have seen only one object, like that is cost center can be assigned to your asset, but you can never assign a profit center to your asset, right? Okay, oh, it is long back. Okay. Okay, so you have never seen profit center in your asset master, right? So let me show you one asset which we have created. When I go to time dependent data, I think I'll activate. Okay, sorry. Okay. Let me open another actually, because here we have not activated. See, if you don't activate a new component in the system, if you don't activate a new component in the system, it will not allow you to give. If you see the difference between the system itself, you can identify. Let me show you this another screen where I have activated. If you see here, profit center and segment. So now you need to understand where I can activate this. So how do you activate profit center? It is not a default now. So if you see this screen here, I don't have a profit center or segment, but there is an option where I can go and activate my profit center and segment fields to my asset also. That is the new 1709. Only in the 1709 version we have this option. But even it is there in the ECC, but with this different enhancements you need to do. There are so many other SAP nodes you have to implement. Okay, but here with a simple activation you can see all these parameters. Okay, next thing I'll run AFAB. Okay, so here you can see a different screen of your depreciation. Now you can run the depreciation based on your accounting principle. Okay, here you don't have any repeat, restart. Okay, unplanned depreciation concept. Okay, so here you have parallel processing concept. So that means suppose I am running for all my company codes at a time. See, if you have range also. Now I have 10 company codes where I want to execute the depreciation. Normally what you'll do, the real postings of depreciation, you do it in a background, right? So when you do it in the background, what happens, system will take so much of time to execute your job. Now if you select, let's an example, if I select as 999 parallel processing, that means what, your data will be splitted into 999 jobs in the background, and all jobs will execute on parallel, so that you can execute for multiple company codes. Okay, and this will ensure that everything is processed immediately or very quick compared to the regular ECC process. Test run still we have. Okay, and one more important advantage with this run is, if you remember, uh, you cannot run the depreciation to whatever the period you wanted. You have to go in a sequence, and if you have any errors, the entire depreciation will go for an error. It will not complete. But in the new S4 HANA, it is not like that. You can run the depreciation for any period. If any period is missed out in the previous month, then it will include and it will consolidate everything and show it in a current period, and it will post. Okay, and anytime you can go and see the, okay, so 255. Okay, so you can see the posting information from here itself. Okay, what period is completed successfully, on which accounting principles these documents are posted. These all other advantage. This is what new asset accounting approach. And if I go to AW01N, your asset explorer, so there are multiple views of your transaction based on your accounting principle, your depreciation area wise, and you can have multiple real-time depreciations now. Okay, so this and all your configuration. Based on your configurations, based on your currency setup, you need to define your accounting principles. Accounting principle wise, you can also run the depreciation. Okay, see here you can see again same planned values if there is any accounting entries posted. So one more important thing is, okay, this only not acquisition posted, but regularly whenever you go for any asset accounting display, now we have a different ways of executing your depreciation. Let me try to see, is there any document I can, okay, let me see, is there any capitalization? Okay, if I go to this, so why I'm trying to show here is, instead of explaining in the PPT, so I'm explaining here what areas actually we are going to cover as part of our course. Okay, so which actually gives you a different opinion, okay, what exactly you are going to learn. Okay, fine. I think there are some we don't have much transaction. Let me try to see here. It's fine. Okay, no problem. Okay, so this is what the major changes like we are going to learn from the asset accounting point of view also. So I'll try to open one Fury application, so you'll get a better idea. So how does Fury application looks like? So Fury application is like nothing like your Internet Explorer link, how you have it, right? The same way, you'll have a link where you can use regular SAP screens to log in. So Fury application will support not only for your end user transactions, here you can also do your configurations. Certain configuration, not each and every configuration, few configurations based on what is enabled in your system, you can go and perform it in the system. Okay, let me see. Sometimes it will take some time to execute because so I'm using the IDES system. Okay, if you see here, so this is how the Fury application looks like. This link, if you can have, you can also open it from your mobile or your tabs or from your any of your desktops or wherever you want it. Only thing is you should have the user IDs passwords activated, and based on your roles, right? So based on your roles, these applications are displayed. So if you see here for the account receivable, here you can see all types of reports. Okay, your outstanding reports, your credit utilization report, your overdue reports. And again, if you see here, you can also see the color coding, right? This is called as a real-time replication. Whenever there is a new transaction is posted and it is going for a overdue, again it will automatically show it in the front end itself. When you click on this, it will go and show you the detailed level of configurations. Okay, similarly you can go to accounts payable. So in the accounts payable, I told, right, like where you can have manage your bank accounts. Okay, so here from this screen you can also run your payment proposals, you can block your payments, you can create a supplier. So these all apps are available in the SAP. SAP will support. Only thing is depends on your business requirement, you need to activate according to the users. And again, this is extra cost if you're buying S4 HANA. With the version what you're buying, SAP will give you certain apps as free. Remaining you have to pay extra to the SAP and buy, and you need to activate, depends on number of users. So similarly, you have so many things you can see for all parameters. I'll also show you something for your um, I think let me show something for your configurations also. I think somehow it's so you do have an option to search whatever the app you wanted. Okay, so system will, if everything matches with your description, so system will show you. Otherwise it will say that I could not able to find any of your apps. I think it's going to be a wrong one. Okay, I'll just cancel. So let me filter here with a configuration object. So let me see, is there any configuration object? Fine, no problem. I think currently it is not activated, but I'll show it when we actually start with the classes. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. SAP apps looks like this. Okay, these apps can be accessed from your any of your sources. Only thing is this has to be activated and the authorization should be given for your user ID and password. Otherwise you cannot see any of these apps. Okay, got it? Fine. Okay, so I'll just open PPT. So this again PPT also covers the same thing. So I don't want to run through the PPT, which will not give you the actual flavor. So that is the reason I have used the system. Okay. So we'll go more and more details. So maybe in the next demo session, tomorrow demo session, I'll go through with the few more topics. So, okay. So if you have any other questions, you can contact. Okay. So now you can. So this is all I wanted to talk about for this demo session. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Yeah. Hello. I think your voice is not clear. I could not able to hear anything. Yes, so we'll share, yeah, they'll share the actual content and um, all these documents or recording sessions will be shared with you so that you can go through anytime. Yeah.
Okay, how much time, how many classes did you take to complete all the
So
processes FIC?
it is overall 40 to 45 hours I'll take.
Okay,
So to complete
after
all
that, are you
the,
going to any real-time issues you are facing?
see, that's what, like, see, whenever I'm processing, yes, we are going to see it in the real-time system. That is one thing. The second thing is like I'll also share some of the documents related to real-time project. So what are the basic things we follow? How does the new functionalities has been designed? Okay, so that will also give you a different flavor for your interview point of view. So you can also talk about those things.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
is it, are you going to connect these classes in night hours only as per IST?
I think there are different timings. I think you can contact with these people, so they'll confirm you on depends on your availability, and they'll go and give you the more and more details about that.
Okay, okay, I will do that. Thank you.
Yes, Subhashini. Yeah. See, whatever I'm going to cover. So if you follow the same thing, finally you can clear your certification. But still, I can take 1 hour only on the certification questions, like mainly what they come in the interview. Sorry for the question paper or whatever it is. So that will help you to clear your exam also. Yes, I am going to cover that. Okay, Subhashini. Okay. So this is like in see, SAP HANA. um, Sorry, I think I can. Okay, you can talk to these people about the fees and everything. So you can drop out a note. They can call you back and they can take it further. Yeah. Uh, I think there is one more question. Okay, so yes, migration process also will cover. Okay, so there are some kind of activations which you have to do it, and there are some steps you need to follow to complete your end-to-end migration process that I'm going to cover as part of the course. Okay, that will give you. Okay, so what I need to check. Okay, so what I need to activate, how do I do the reconciliation? Okay, and finally, how the your customer vendor migrations, your line item migrations. Okay, so everything, how does actually a real process, how it works, that I'm going to teach you. So here we should also understand, so when you're migrating from a different types of versions, what SAP notes to be implemented, okay, what steps to be followed, and what you have to do first and what you have to do last, that I'll going to cover. So that's what, like, if you see the SAP screen, there are some processes, there are some steps you need to follow as part of the migration. So let's say an example, if I go to asset accounting, so within asset accounting, you do have some of the migration activities, right? Pre-migration activities, post-migration activities. So how do you prepare it, right? So how do you activate your asset accounting? So this and all we are going to cover. So there you will get a better idea. So what I need to perform from the migration point of view. Okay, see here, see one more thing, what we are going to do is we are also going to cover end-to-end configuration from the company code creation. Okay, but I'm not going to spend much time on what is a company code, how you have to create. Okay, I have prepared a document on the basic configuration, and wherever the new changes or the new way of system behavior, right? Those areas I'll give the detailed notes and we'll spend more and more time on those only the changes. The regular configurations, right? I'm not going to spend much time because everybody knows about the basic functionality. Okay, so that is how you can also ensure that like yes, we get the better idea on end-to-end process, how it works. See, that's what like see, it's all depends on what kind of opportunities you have showed up. And see, anyway, like whenever you learn new things, it will help you one or another place. Okay, and see if you really wanted to convert your entire career to SAP Simple Finance, yes, this is a good opportunity because um, so there like we'll have a recordings where you can uh, go and listen to those recordings for each and every session. Okay, for the S4 HANA for Saurabh. Okay, so if you really migrating to the SAP Simple Finance or a finance core functional consultant, so you need to spend little more time on the regular SAP configuration side also. Okay, so that will actually help you to get into the S4 HANA. Is it answered your question, Saurabh? Okay, but if you are coming, I suggest that like you just go through the basic things because so if you know the basic functionality, then it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, how does previously working and how SAP new functionality is helping to reduce the reconciliation activity or any other activities. Okay. I think my side I've done with the session today. Okay, so hope you've understood like what are the concept we are going to cover and what we are going to learn and everything. Okay, so maybe I think they're planning to have one more session tomorrow, so you can join for this next tomorrow session, and if you have any question we can discuss further. Okay, then you can finalize for the actual classes. Okay, thank you guys, thank you all, see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.